Hello friends, welcome to Vyaspeed. In this lecture, I am going to explain you some practical problems related to capital gain. In this lecture, I have solved two examples in which we compute capital gain and give exemptions related to the capital gain. So, start with the first example. Now, it is the first example. These questions are taken from the book Income Tax and Indirect Tax, Dr. H.C. Mehrotra and Dr. S.P. Goel. Now, in first problem, we have S, an owner of three houses, sell a residential house in Chennai for rupees 25 lakh on May 23, 2018. Mr. S has sold a house in Chennai for rupees 25 lakh. Means the sales proceeds is 25 lakh. This house was purchased by him on 1st April 2007 for 5,16,000. On May 30, 2018, he purchased a flat in Mumbai for rupees 15 lakh for the purpose of residence of his son-in-law. On March 1st, 2019, as sells the house in Mumbai for 17 lakh 10,000. The house which is purchased in Mumbai for rupees 15 lakh, this house which he purchased after the sale of this house which is purchased on 1st April 2007. Now, compute the capital gain arising on the two transactions. Cost inflation index for the financial year 7-8 and 18-19 are 129 and 280. As in previous lecture, when I explained computation of capital gain, I told you that cost inflation index is always given in the question. So here also the cost inflation index is given. Now, first of all, we have to decide whether it is a long term or it is a short term. So if long term or short term, how will we find that it is a short term or long term assets? Here we see that assets was purchased in 2007 and sold in 2018. That means more than 3 years. So it is a long term capital assets. Now in the case of long term capital assets, we have to calculate index cost of acquisition. So for this cost, that is 5 lakh 16,000, we have to calculate indexed cost of acquisition. Move this solution. Computation of capital gain of Mr. S for assessment year 19 and 20. Now, here is the question. First of all, we write sales proceeds 25 lakh. It is the sales proceeds, three house, sell a residential house for 25 lakh. That is the sales proceeds. Now sales proceeds is 25 lakh less indexed cost of acquisition. Now first of all, we have to find index cost of this acquisition, because this house is purchased in 2007 and we sold it on May 18. So how we will calculate index cost of acquisition? So index cost of acquisition is the cost of acquisition divided by index number of the year in which asset is purchased and the index number of the year in which asset is sold. So here we see the index cost of acquisition is 5,16,000 and which was purchased in 2007. So the index of 2007 is 129. So 5,16,000 is the cost of acquisition divided by 129 into index number of the year when each asset is sold. Asset is sold in 2018 and the index number of 18 and 19 is 2080. So 5,16,000 divided by 129 into 280, that is, please keep calculator with you. Index cost of acquisition is 11,20,000. So here 11,20,000 is the indexed cost of acquisition. Now we deduct this from, it will be 13,80,000. So sale proceeds is 25 lakh less index cost of acquisition 11,20,000. So long term capital gain is 13,80,000. Now Here it is given in the question that on May 30, he purchased a flat in the Mumbai for 15 lakh for the purpose of residence. When he sold a house in May 23, sold a residential house on May 23 and purchased another residential house in May 30, he will get the exemption under section 54, transfer of residential house and purchase of residential house. But here this exemption will be not given because Mr. S sell the house in Mumbai before 24 months. Now look here, on March 1, 2019, he purchased this house on 30th May and sold this house on March 1, 2019. So in this case, the prescribed period for holding the asset is not completed. If he held this assets for more than 24 months, then this exemption will be given. But he sold this house before 24 months, 18, May 18 and March 1 is not completed 2 years, 24 months. Therefore, this exemption will not be given. So the long term capital gain is 13,80,000 from the sale of asset. Now, second transaction is he sell this house which he purchased on 1st March for 17,10,000, which he purchased on May 30, 2018, means not more than 36 months. Therefore, it is a short-term capital assets and only cost of acquisition will be deducted. Index cost of acquisition is not calculated because it is not the long-term asset. It is short-term asset. Now, short-term capital gain is 2,10,000. After deducting 17,10,000 minus 15 lakh, it is 2,10,000 is the short-term capital gain and 13,80,000 is the long-term capital gain. So the total gain is 15,90,000. The total taxable capital gain is 15,90,000. In this way, we calculated the capital gain of Mr. X. Hope you all understand this question. If you have any doubt in this question, please give your comment in the comment box. Now, second problem. Mr. Ajay sold some of his property during the year 1/4/2018 to 31st March 2019 as under. इस एक साल में, in this 1 year, he sold these assets. First, that is jewelry. First is jewelry. That is 80,000 acquired in June 2016. He acquired these assets in June 2016. Was sold for 1 lakh in May 2018. So first we decide whether it is a short term or capital gain. So first, jewelry. Is the short term. Jewelry is the short term because it is purchased in June 2016 and sold in May 2018. So it not completed 36 months. Now second house at Kolkata, let out for residential purpose. Its sale price on 31st October 2018 is 14 lakh, means sold in 2018. Fair market value on 2001 and sold in 2018, means it is the long term capital assets. House, long term. Short term and long term is decided according to the periods held by the SSC, assets held by the SSC. Now cost of improvement made during the 9 and 10, 29,600, and expenses on transfer are 25,000. Household furniture costing 14,000 in 2009 was sold in the March 2019 for 26. Now that is the third household furniture. Now this household furniture is not capital asset. It is not a capital assets. Household furniture is not a capital asset because it is used for the personal purpose, and any assets which is held by an SSC for the personal purpose is not treated as the capital asset, so this will not be included in the question solution. And fourth is, car was sold on 1/12/2018 for 1445,000. Its written down value on 1/8/18 38,000. Now written down value is given, therefore any assets on which depreciation is charged and written down value is given, it is business assets. It is not used for personal purpose, it is business assets, therefore it is capital asset. Now compute his total capital gain. Cost inflation indices again are given, 1 to 100, 9, 10, 148 and 18 and 19, 280. So let's start with the solution. Now first, computation of capital gain. Now first, sale of jewelry. So he see here jewelry. He purchased or sell it for 80,000. So first of all, sales proceeds. Now sales proceeds 1 lakh. Sales proceeds 1 lakh. Cost of acquisition, because it is the short term, cost of acquisition is 80,000. And short term capital gain is 20,000. So for the sale of jewelry, the STCG short term capital gain is 20,000. Sale of house, second. Now let out residential house is sold on the sales proceeds, that is 14 lakh. Now last, index cost of acquisition, because it is a long term. Market value is given in 2001 and sold on 2018. So it is long term capital assets, and long term capital assets we calculate index cost of acquisition. Again, improvement was made in 9 and 10, means 3 years before the date of transfer. So it is also index cost of improvement. Now calculate index cost of acquisition. Again, cost of acquisition upon index number of the year in which asset is purchased into index number of the year in which asset is sold. So the index cost of acquisition is 3 lakh and index number of 1 and 2 is 100 and index number of 18 and 19 is 280. So 3 lakh divided by 100 into 280, it is 8 lakh 40,000. In same way, we calculate index cost of improvement. Index cost of improvement is 29,600 in the year 9 and 10. So in the year 9 and 10, the index number is 148 and year in which asset is sold, it is 280. So the indexed cost of improvement is 56,000. Now, so index cost of acquisition 8,40,000 calculated, 56,000, and expenses on transfer is also given, that is expenses on transfer are 25,000. It is also deducted from the sale proceeds. Now the 4,79,000 is the long term capital gain, because he not invested this capital gain in any other asset, so no exemption will be provided. Now third is sale of residential house. This, because it is a not capital assets household, so there is no need. Again, car was sold on 1/12/2018 for 45,000, whose written down value on 1st 2018 is 38,000. So it is a short term and sales proceeds 45,000 less index cost of acquisition 38,000. So short term capital gain fair for it is 7,000. Now the total capital gain is 20,000, this amount which he gained from jewelry. Then second, 4,79,000 which he gained from 20,000, 4 lakh, and then 7,000. So the total gain is 5,06,000. So in this way you calculate the capital gain, taxable capital gain of an SSC. Hope you all understand these two questions. If you have doubt in these two questions, you can comment me in the comment box, or If you have any problem in any question of capital gain, you can send me through mail ID or on my WhatsApp number. Thank you so much.